Hell yeah, Pokemon Jesus is here. So yeah, Jazwares from that whole Trainer Select Trainer Team series, the kind of Sitch-Ins line where they've been doing a lot of legendary Pokemon. This is Mewtwo. I'm amazed it took them this long to do Mewtwo, to be honest. If you look around on the back, you can see that in this wave, you got Suicune and Tyranitar, we already reviewed them. Charizard, already reviewed him, because he was wave 1. And now we finally got good old Mewtwo, the original top-tier legendary, still in Ubers, still one of the biggest swinging dicks in the Pokemon game, still kind of weird in terms of his design, awesome, but also, are you a cat? Are you a fetus? A catus? A fat. There we go. First things first, for anyone who ever wanted to recreate the shot of Mewtwo in the test tube from the first Pokemon movie, there you go. He's in a fetal position. He's in a fetal position, kind of like how my buddy Digital Camcorder was after we saw Iron Claw together. He's really sad, isn't he? Look at this little sad boy. Okay, let's make him look cool. Now, the Trainer Team line has given us some great figures. The Charizard, the Articuno, the Suicune. It's given us some disappointing figures, like I'm still thinking about that Typhlosion and the Rayquaza. Where does this Mewtwo fall in? Quite frankly, I think this Mewtwo might be the best figure they've done since the Charizard, possibly the best one they've done, period. Not only does it look great, it poses incredibly well. It does have a few nitpicks just in service of the design, but I think a thing to keep in mind is, 1, Mewtwo was clearly not meant to exist in 3D. Look at that tail. This was not meant to exist off a drawing sheet or a video game pixel. With that in mind, I think they made some smart decisions. So a couple of nitpicks. 1, tube on the head really limits the mobility of the head because it doesn't bend all that well. 2, this tail, it should have a stretchy cord inside, or rather a bendy wire. It kind of does, but not really. It's kind of always kind of be at this angle. Also, I guess it doesn't technically need the stand, kind of like how a person doesn't technically need air. They're going to suffocate without it, but I guess they don't need it. Basically, yeah, you need the stand at all times. But, with all that said, it's a pretty goddamn good Mewtwo. So, you got a universal joint in the head, universal at the shoulder, you have an upper arm cut, you have a double jointed elbow, you have a universal at the wrist, you have hinges at the fingers, you have a diaphragm joint and an upper chest joint. These are both separate joints. You have a big hip joint. You have a universal here at the first knee, a universal at the second knee, a universal at the foot, and the tail is on a swivel. A lot of points of articulation there. You can't use a lot of it, though, unless you use that stand. And I'll be honest, I'm not big on Pokemon where you have to use the stand, but I understand, again, Mewtwo is just not meant to exist like this. Oh lord, here, get in there. Get in there. That's my other big issue, is that because of where they put the port, the stand has a hard time actually reaching it. It would have been so much better if they had put it here, or just higher up on the back. Where it is, though, the tail is always going to be fighting. And it makes it to where, if you want to get it straight in, Mewtwo's going to have to be at a very weird angle, and now it won't even go in. Jesus fucking Christ, I am trying to give you a good review. There, that's about as good as we're going to get. So, it sucks to stand. It sucks to stand. I'm not going to lie, I'm souring on this figure as we're doing the video. Look, all the positives are still there. And when you get him in a good pose, he looks great. But this stand sucks all the dick. And it's all because of this big fucking tail. I hate the tail. I really hate the tail. Every Mewtwo figure I've ever had, I hate the tail. The Figuarts Mewtwo, I sold because I hated the goddamn tail. The Jax Mewtwo, I sold because I hated the goddamn tail. This is not a good solution for the tail. I honestly think maybe if you'd done like a Monster Arts thing, where like maybe all this was like a segmented joint, but they didn't do that. Honestly, here, can I just get it on the ground? That's gonna help, but look how much fucking space this is gonna take up now. I wanted this to be a happy review. I came into this review really liking this figure, but now I'm being faced with the practical bullshit of this. This Mewtwo has a lot of problems. It has a lot of fundamental issues, but it looks wonderful, and you can get it into a lot of great poses. It will look beautiful on your shelf. Can I recommend this guy for 20 bucks? Sure, honestly, if you know what you're looking for and you go into this figure understanding the issues, I think there is $20 of value in this Mewtwo. But I know earlier in this video I was really saying I think that this is on level with their Charizard or their Articuno. It's not. It's definitely better than the worst of this line, but he is a more middling release. It's a shame. Makes me kind of want that Garchomp even more, because I'm really hoping they do Garchomp well in this line. But this Mewtwo, I'm going to put him in a good pose on the shelf. I'm going to forget about the nitpicks that are really piling up, and I'm probably going to look back on this figure at the end of the year and be like, wow, this was one of the greats of the Pokemon toy line of this year. So, it's a mixed bag, but one that I think the sore points will go away over time.